The topic of the webinar is to discuss FCoE versus iSCSI and what's the better choice for the customer. So even though we are an iSCSI company, I have tried to be completely unbiased and look at this as a higher level and see what it brings in for the customers. I've been in front of several different technologies, Fibre channel, InfiniBand, and iSCSI, and now FCoE is coming up. So I have the broad spectrum of all of these technologies, so I can give you my assessment of the differences or what the differences are and what's best suited for you. So in order to do that, let me just go over where the storage evolution has been going on. Where the industry started, there were basically, if you look at the servers, there was a network for the network connectivity between the servers. They also had direct attached storage connected to them. And the direct attached storage basically was SCSI physical connection to the server with a SCSI protocol running over that SCSI link. And you have the DAS or direct attached storage for each server. The problem with the DAS was, as you see on the right-hand side, the free pool of storage that if one of the storage had extra space, he could not share it with the other servers. So that was the main issue with the DAS. So what the industry did, said, okay, we've got networking, and that's going along, and we add NAS, which is network attached storage, which basically you can centralize your storage, and it is shareable. So you can share that between the different servers. So that kind of solved that the problem of not being able to share your storage with the different servers. The issue or the drawback in a NAS environment was that when you're dealing with a NAS, you're dealing with a file level transfer. It's not a block level transfer. So, so basically there is a one layer of the software between your storage and your server. So that caused basically it would the NAS performance was slower, and a lot of applications did not support NAS. It has evolved. Applications have evolved, and a lot of them right now they do support NAS. But still, the fact that you have a file level software in between your storage and the server made the NAS slower. So the next step that they did brought in the Fibre channel. So Fibre channel, it does have the centralized storage. So it solved that problem that you can share the storage between the multiple servers. It also has the capability of doing a block level transfer, which solved the performance problem. And but what it brought with it was everything was almost new. So Fibre channel switches were new. Fibre channel HBAs always required a Fibre channel HBA to install in your server to connect your storage. Cabling was new, the physical basically, and in a Fibre channel, what you were running, you have a physical cable which was Fibre channel, and the protocol was also Fibre channel. So, and the storage was also Fibre channel. So what that translated to was higher cost. So because of just everything was new, the companies could demand higher cost. But it did brought in the performance and the block level transfer that the users were looking for. So I'm not going to put down fiber channel, and I believe that it's a good technology and it's going to stay there for a long time. But because of this higher cost, it eliminated a lot of companies from being able to afford the SAN, because they just could not afford it. So the next thing the industry did was brought in iSCSI. So the difference in iSCSI is, if you look at it, the physical interface for iSCSI and the networking is the same. You're running over Ethernet, and the protocol that you run over Ethernet was SCSI. So you were getting the block level transfer, you had the centralized storage, and the switches, they were standard switches that you use for the networking. So because of the commonality between the networking infrastructure and the iSCSI infrastructure, it forced the price of the switches to go much lower than the fiber channel.